I have just about gotten home from work, from the gym, from the steam room. Yes, sir. And I'm just, let there be light. Just getting back to it. I'm about to go take a shower. I take like a cold shower in between steam room sessions. But then I definitely gotta like clean myself now that I'm home. Oh, because before I was real dusty and then sweaty and all that stuff. Work had me chalky, chalky and dusty, all that stuff. Dusty, crusty, fusty. You know how it be. So I started this video, but you know what? I think I might just jump to that real quick. Maybe I'll have a shower thought. Yeah. Maybe I'll think of something. And then I'll share what I've learned from my beautiful time cleaning myself off. So see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back and I got nothing for ya. Took a whole shower, everything, all of it. Super clean. But I have nothing to share. And so, because of that, I'm going to do something for the both of us. I'm going to keep this one short. I'm going to keep it simple. Because ultimately, there are things that I can do tonight that could create even more results for both of us later. Right? There's work that I have to do that seems tedious, that, I may roll my eyes at, or honestly, I don't really do that. I don't really roll my eyes. But in reality, what do? I kind of ignore certain things that I know I should do, but then I don't. And so I go, you know what? What if instead I take it a little easy, take it a little easy with the video, kind of just crank it out, and then I just do a little bit of work. Because, I'll be honest, it was a little bit of work that I also kind of wanted to do throughout the day today while I was at work. And I also didn't do it then. I had a couple things interrupt me in the morning, kind of disrupt my flow, disrupt the flow state, the patterns, everything. And I just like fell out of sight. And, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get something done. I'm going to be consistent. Oh, wait, I do have something I want to talk to you guys about. Scratch that. Scratch everything I just said. Time for a 30-minute video. I'm just kidding. I was actually talking to my little brother this morning as I was, bringing him to school. And I told him how, I was starting to go back to the gym. And my biggest thing with going to the gym, it has always been consistency. And it's a common problem. So many people have faced it and are facing it now. And this time, I started to ask myself a different question, a very valuable question, which is, what is my winning formula? That's a different question. How many people ask about that, right? What's my winning formula? What is my formula? What do I need to do in order to be successful, right? That's what a winning formula is, and we all have it. And the best way to figure out what your winning formula is to start by asking yourself, what things do you have now that were once just a dream? And if you could make a list of that, a list of those things, maybe it's 1 thing, 2 things, 5 things, 10 things. Think about what you have right now or something you've achieved in the past that before that was just a dream. You didn't know how you were going to get there, but you got there. And once you have that list, you start writing out step by step what needed to happen in order for you to achieve that thing. So, when I really think about it, one of the things that I was always most proud of was the period of my life where I went from, not being depressed anymore. I want to even say like overcome depression, because that almost makes it sound more like a condition, like a label that I've placed on myself. No, I was experiencing the existence of depression and anxiety, and I did a lot of things in order to truly overcome it, to the point that I rarely experience it these days. And if I start to, I have a whole toolbox of what to do for myself to not go down that path, not go down that slippery slope. I'm not always perfect, but I am doing much better. And so, for example, my formula for success, well, always starts with acknowledging, the thing that I want. And then at times it requires me getting help. But in reality, the strongest factor in any time that I've been successful is I have consistently shown up. And there's a big part of consistently showing up that is most valuable to me. When I show up every single day, I, acknowledge that. I'm proud of myself for that. But most importantly of all, I give myself the permission to be absolute trash at what I'm doing. Absolutely garbage. When I was thinking about, all right, I want to start going to the gym, I need to be consistent. What is my winning formula for building consistency? Because it's not just about the winning formula for success, right? For whatever it is, you could have different winning formulas for different things. So I have one for consistency. I have one for overcoming fear. I have one for, being, grounded and attentive and present and loving with people. All of those have different formulas for success because it requires a different part of me. When it comes to consistency, that important part is giving myself permission to do the job poorly so long as I show up and do the job. These videos, if you've been here long enough, you know that there are probably more misses than hits. And I fully acknowledge that. I'm fully aware. And I'm not going to say that I'm proud that I'm missing, but I will say that I'm always proud to show up. And I said, you know what? I'm going to superimpose that onto the gym. Give myself permission to not do anything incredible, to not have a fantastic session, and just be proud that I showed up. And so I found something at the gym that I love to do, that I enjoy showing up for. And honestly, that is sitting in the steam room. I've talked about it twice already. And there's times I'm leaving work and I'm like, oh, all right, I'm ready to go home. Like today. And I was like, actually, no. Let me go to the steam room. And I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, you know what? I promised myself I'd go to the steam room. I'm going to go to the steam room. And I got there. And as I am, putting stuff into a locker, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go walk on the treadmill. And then I hopped on the treadmill and ended up walking on the treadmill for 30 minutes, right? At a decent incline, decent speed. And it got me thinking how, oh, you know what? I didn't expect to be on this treadmill, but just showing up gave me the opportunity to get on that treadmill. When I make these videos, I show up just to show up, and every once in a while, I get this spark of inspiration. I get this download, this insight that I want to share with you, and then those happen to be some of my favorite episodes that I record. So I'm at the gym, I'm walking, I get off the treadmill, and then I go into the steam room. I get out, I'm feeling fantastic. And I'm just proud of myself that I got there. And I also know that the more often I show up and I am in that building, in that environment, eventually I will get tired of the treadmill. I will get tired of just showing up to do the steam room. And instead, I will start working out. I will start creating a workout, following a workout, pushing myself. Yeah, there will be days that I show up and go, I just want to do the steam room today. Today has been a hell of a day. It's super busy in the gym. All I want to do is sit down in that room, sweat, and then get out. And you know what? That's valid. If that keeps me going to the gym instead of quitting, because, I think I quit about a year ago now. Yeah, I went to the gym for, almost like 2 months consistently, and then I stopped going. And it wasn't immediate. It was, okay, you know what? I'm going to go only, 4 days a week now. Okay, I'm only going to go 2 days a week now. I'm only going to go once a week. I'm only going to go like once every, and then I stopped, right? It was gradual. It happened slowly. But that's the thing. It was the consistency part of it. I lost the consistency. And also back then, I didn't really have that winning formula, at least in my head, of what I need to build consistency. So that's what I wanted to tell you. What is your winning formula for whatever it is that you're looking to do? I promise you, at some point in your life, you have done something similar. And you may not see it right now, but ultimately what you're looking for is, you're looking for a result, but in order to get that result, you have to be a certain person. You have to show up as a certain type of person. So you're looking for a characteristic, a trait. And what I'm saying is, I promise you, you have been that trait, even for just a moment at one point in your life. So all you have to do is think about that moment, figure out what the formula is, what are the steps, what's the pattern, how do you have to show up, and then replicate it and do it and show up that way. And I guarantee this, I may not have the full formula even for myself right now, but I know I'm a hell of a lot closer than I was 2 or 3 years ago. And because of that, I know that I will get to where I was that much faster, and I will give myself that many more chances to learn from it. So give yourself the chances to learn. Give yourself the chances to grow. Give yourself the chances to love. All right. I wasn't kidding, though. I did have some stuff I wanted to do, some work I wanted to work on. So I will call it here. I love you so much, and I want you to win. I want to hear what your winning formula is. In order for you to do that, in order for me to hear that, you got to go do that. All right? I love you once again. Just remember to always fill up with the love, not just mine, all of the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.